Now, as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including is John Cena bringing back the Chain Gang gimmick? The WWE title isn't on the line at Saturday night's main event. A lazy new WWE title revealed. Concerning news for Kevin Owens, the first pro wrestler to ever do this in history. Is a former WWE star returning? Fans are upset at Logan Paul, and much more. Our first story looks at John Cena bringing back an old gimmick. Now, our top story today takes a look at the possibility of WWE Champion John Cena reviving a classic gimmick. When Cena first turned heel earlier this year, fans expected Cena to reintroduce elements of his prior personas. There were even rumors at one stage that Cena would bring back the classic spin of WWE title, but obviously that never occurred. A fan has now outright asked Cena if he would be interested in reviving his gimmick from the Chain Gang era. This is what Cena had to say during the recent Philadelphia Fan Expo. "I'm so grateful for that CD you hold in your hand, and I'm so grateful for people that rep like the Chain Gang. I think that's dope. I've just moved forward in my life and I look back on that fondly. I don't regret it, but I'm just in a different place. The 48-year-old me would have got my ass kicked by the 26-year-old me. I promised myself I would never wear a suit. All I do nowadays is wear a suit. I don't know what love was. Now I have love and joy and peace in my life. You should always be curious and always seek growth. I believe we should never be the person you were yesterday." Sadly, Cena is evidently content with his current persona, and Cena makes a logical case as to why his prior personas should remain dormant. Would you guys like to see the Chain Gang gimmick return? Next up, John Cena talks Hall of Fame. Now, speaking of the WWE Champion, it's inevitable that Cena headlines an upcoming Hall of Fame class. Cena is one of the biggest names of all time, and there have been calls from fans to see Cena get solely inducted and have the entire night revolve around him and his legendary career. Cena usually keeps quiet when it comes to the Hall of Fame. However, at that expo, Cena addressed whether he would like to be inducted in Boston. Cena stated that the Hall of Fame nod is out of his control, but if WWE ever offers the induction, he'd be grateful for the call. "That's way beyond my control. I'm just going to show up when they ask me to, and if they ever do, and I'll be grateful for the call. Thank you very much for trying to keep it at home though. I appreciate you. Respect. Respect." This is such a classy response from the WWE Champion, and it's entirely possible that WWE will induct Cena next year, as his in-ring career would have come to a close at that point, and this would act as the definitive end to his WWE tenure. Next up, the WWE title is not on the line at Saturday night's main event. There is some confusion amongst fans when it comes to Saturday night's main event this coming weekend. Following last week's SmackDown, WWE announced John Cena vs R-Truth for the show, and fans were led to believe that the match would be for the title. However, that isn't the case. WWE have confirmed through their socials, as well as on WWE.com, that the match will be a non-title showdown. Yet again, these Saturday night main event shows feel like glorified house shows, and the WWE title not even being defended is really disappointing. There is discourse on social media that this is being done as R-Truth will secure a shock win over Cena, and he could even have Cody Rhodes assist him. However, it's likely that WWE don't want to be giving out WWE title shots for the sake of it, and they have little to no time to build up Truth as a credible threat for Cena's title. It'll be interesting to see which match main events the show this weekend. There is still a world title match on the card, and that of course being Jey Uso vs Logan Paul. However, with Cena being the poster boy for the entire event, it's possible that his match with Truth closes out the broadcast. Next up, concerning Kevin Owens news. Kevin Owens has been out of action since before WrestleMania 41 with a serious neck injury. Whilst WWE usually rushes talent into surgery, this hasn't happened this time around. According to Owens in a new video posted on X, he and the doctors are trying to work out the best way to proceed with his surgery.
Hey guys, so I haven't been around in a little while, and a lot of people are wondering what's going on with my neck and the neck surgery and all that stuff, so I figured I would take today to update you all. We don't have a surgery date yet. I have not had surgery yet, despite reports to the contrary. We're still going to try to figure out what the best way to go about it all is, exactly what needs to be done, so we're kind of figuring that out still. So there's a lot of uncertainty, but hopefully in the next few weeks we get clarity and we do the surgery and then we go from there.
But this naturally influences Owens' timetable to return, and due to Owens still not undergoing the initial surgery, it could be a long time before fans see Owens back in the squared circle once again. Next up, a lazy new WWE title revealed. Now, as if WWE didn't have enough title belts, they've decided to introduce another one. Last night at the finals of the WWE LFG, The Undertaker was awarded the WWE LFG title for having the most mentees in the final episode. Well, the title design is basically the traditional WWE title with the WWE LFG logo randomly placed on the corner. The Undertaker looked less than thrilled at the design of the belt, and it's easy to see why. Fans are labeling the design as the laziest title design in years. The hilarious comments are already rolling in on social media. Next up, the first pro wrestler to ever do this in history. Congratulations are in order for AEW star Darby Allin. Yesterday it was officially announced that Allin had successfully climbed Mount Everest. In fact, he's the first ever pro wrestler to successfully climb to the top. AEW's official X account would release the news saying congratulations to Darby Allin for reaching the summit of Mount Everest. Congratulations to Allin and all the others involved for this incredible achievement. Next up, a legend defends WWE's booking. There's been extensive criticism directed towards WWE's booking of Cody Rhodes. Fans were highly critical of the way they presented Rhodes during the WrestleMania main event versus John Cena, and with them now falsely advertising him every single week, some fans have even claimed that WWE is burying the American Nightmare. Former WWE champion JBL has responded to these criticisms on his podcast, and according to JBL, WWE isn't burying Rhodes, WWE is protecting him for the sake of longevity. Oh my god, yeah, I remember back in the day, as they say, when we're burying Daniel Bryan, he was on 5 episodes every single Monday night, Raw and SmackDown. Boy, that's burying him. I wish you would bury me too. Cody has been on everything. You gotta cycle him in and out for the longevity. Cody's gonna be fine. He spearheaded the most profitable era in wrestling history. But whilst JBL has a sound argument here, WWE consistently falsely advertising Rhodes for shows is an unusual move. It was even said by one fan in attendance on SmackDown last week that the fans were chanting for Rhodes as he had been heavily advertised. The fan even noted that WWE was selling new Rhodes merchandise specific to that city. Next up, a former champion returning in a new role. It's common knowledge that former women's champion Mickie James won't be on the second season of WWE LFG. James is said to be replaced by Michelle McCool, and it appears that James is eyeing up a new role, and that role could be within the creative team. James recently spoke to Denise Salcedo, and according to James, would love to take on the role. Yeah, I think now I would say I would love that. We've just come to a time and a place where I feel we even thought that was possible for a female. You know, a lot of the times there weren't a lot of females in those roles. I didn't have a lot of women to look up to, aside from people that I watched and knew were like my idols or, mentors and stuff. But wrestling fans have been pushing the idea that WWE has more diversity in the creative team, and James taking on the role would be a positive step forward for the company. James is a true veteran of the squared circle, and she's managed to see the evolution of women's wrestling over the past 2 decades. Having someone with the expertise of James working backstage would be invaluable to WWE and their roster, and hopefully someone within WWE takes up James on the lucrative offer. Next up, a former WWE star returning. A former Divas champion Alicia Fox is interested in a WWE return. Speaking on the Gabby AF podcast, Fox stated that she would love the opportunity to have a run in NXT. I would definitely take the opportunity to go to NXT and do something. I would want to roll around with any and all the girls. There is one thing that comes to mind. Now being identified as Victoria, my whole experience has really changed. Fox last wrestled for WWE back at the 2022 Royal Rumble, but she has since made other appearances in wrestling, most notably for TNA. Next up, Logan Paul from Mr. Money in the Bank. Mark Henry often has some outlandish pitches when it comes to pro wrestling, and his latest is no exception. On a recent edition of Busted Open Radio, Henry shared his pitch for Money in the Bank next month, and Henry believes that Logan Paul should win the briefcase. I would like to see Logan Paul in the running for the Money in the Bank. Can you imagine him with the Money in the Bank briefcase? Paul winning the briefcase would be a highly controversial move, yet with the way WWE is booking their shows in 2025, anything is possible. Finally, WWE fans upset at Logan Paul. Now, Final Story today takes a look at the recent comments from Logan Paul, as WWE's Maverick has stated that fans were furious that he wasn't released as part of the recent budget cuts. Speaking on Impulsive, Paul said that fans were stating that he should have been let go, but Paul would clap back at these fans by saying WWE can't possibly let go of the future WWE champion. Paul is set for one of the biggest matches of his career this weekend, as he will challenge Jey Uso for the world title. While it's unlikely that Paul wins the big one, he's still committed to working a full-time WWE schedule, so his ascension of the card is likely to continue.